Hello everyone. Welcome to Expense Forms online tutorial in RunPTO. Today we're going to walk you through the smooth process of how a volunteer can effortlessly submit a list of expenses for an event within your organization for reimbursement and record keeping. And guess what? We'll be using our efficient expense workflow feature to make it even easier. So let's get started. To begin, let's understand what the expense form workflow feature offers. It enables a committee volunteer to upload information about the expenses incurred for an event, attach receipts, and submit that form to the treasurer. The treasurer then approves the form online and posts the form and reimburses the volunteer. Imagine you've recently organized a fantastic ice cream social event for your parent-teacher organization, and it was a roaring success. The joy and laughter were infectious, and everyone had an incredible time. But now it's time to handle the expenses and reimburse the dedicated volunteers and vendors who contributed to the event's success. So let's move on to the next step. You've gathered a stack of receipts, and now it's time to submit the online expense form to the treasurer for review and reimbursement. To ensure seamless and organized recording of the expenses, volunteers can rely on the online expense workflow feature. Let's walk through the simple steps to submit the expense form. Step 1. Enter the expense details. Select the committee for whom the expenses were incurred from the list of committees. Provide a brief description of the expenses. Specify the total amount of expenses. Attach the receipts by clicking on Add Files and then Start Upload. Step 2. Enter your submitter details like name, email, or phone so the treasurer knows who the expense has to be reimbursed for. Step 3. If you want the check to be mailed to a specific address, enter the relevant details. Once you've filled in all the necessary information, simply click on the Submit Expense Form button to send the form to the treasurer. Your expense form is now successfully submitted and will be reviewed by the treasurer. You can easily keep track of when the expense forms were submitted by clicking on the Log section. This way, managing expenses for your specific committee becomes a breeze. Now, let's take a closer look at the steps the treasurer follows in the Finance module to handle the expense forms. Step 1. Navigate to the Finance module and Expense Forms. The treasurer will see a list of expense forms received. Initially, all received deposit forms will be in an unapproved state. Step 2. Review the expense form. The treasurer carefully examines the form, ensuring that all the provided information is accurate and complete and all the receipts are attached. Step 3. Approve and post the expense to the appropriate account. Once the treasurer is satisfied with the verification, they proceed to officially approve the expense form. It can also be denied or voided. The approved expense is then posted to the appropriate account for accurate financial records. For that, you need to select the bank account. Next, select the appropriate account. Enter memo, if any. Enter the check number. Enter the check date. Next, click on Process the expense form. The expense form is in approved state and posted to RunPTO accounts. And there you have it. With our simple and efficient online expense form submission and approval process, your PTO financial management is in great hands. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Happy financial management!